Thanks so much for your time. We're here at the Prince Akatoki in London, in Portman Square. What a fantastic location for a stunning property that's kind of crept up out of nowhere as far as I can see.
Yes, it is a hidden secret, a hidden gem, as most of our guests have said to us before, because we are on a quiet residential road, but we're only moments away, a few roads away from the hustle and bustle of Oxford Street and Bond Street and the likes, and Hyde Park as well.
Incredible location from a business and leisure travel perspective, having the Heathrow Express a few minutes away from the hotel. You can be at Heathrow from here in 20 minutes.
That's right. You know, Heathrow is quite close to us if you take that route. And then also now we've got the Elizabeth line that opened up from Paddington. So we are well connected with the likes of Canary Wharf, for example, which traditionally was close to an hour from the West End, but now it's only like 15 minutes. So we are, I think the government and the local mayor and the office here are connecting the whole city within very short space of time. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have that.
And very competitive part of London from a hotel standpoint in terms of whether it's Park Lane, whether it's Mayfair, whether it's where we are right now. So what's a bit of an X factor here at the hotel for you?
Okay, I think because of the location that we have, we are in a very affluent area as well. So what the guests and our local community are expecting from the hotel is something that has a great ambience, something that's value for money, but has that element of luxury. So when we opened the hotel, we created an aspect of Japanese culture in the hotel, but from a luxury standpoint. So when we opened the hotel, we had a lot of Japanese colleagues come over, and they curated how we talk, how we do certain things. Our USPs are quite well known. We have over 19 different things that other hotels don't have. From the yukata and the bedrooms to the way that we serve our guests on arrival and departure. So we're quite happy to have the hotel in this location with the affluence that it has.
And it is a nice part of London, like you said, it's very quiet. I get that from the rooms and suites. They're very well appointed rooms and suites and very relaxing, very Japanese style and super quiet.
Exactly, that's what we wanted to achieve. We wanted to create a sanctuary. So if, in layman's terms, if I can explain it to a Westerner, the way you feel when you walk into a spa, that tranquility and serenity, that's the feel that you'll have when you walk into the hotel here with us. Because we want you to wash away all your worries, and as soon as you enter the hotel, the mood lighting, the colors, the schemes that we have, the music that plays, the aesthetics, everything that we've curated in the hotel enhances you to relax and unwind. And one of our strap lines is for you to unwind, relax and breathe and feel new again.
And it is very relaxing in terms of across the board, isn't it? It's when you walk in, you're into the rooms, it's the music on the TVs, and again, the technology plays a great part in this hotel to make it a fantastic stay.
Exactly. We had to figure out how do we bring the latest technology, as it's quite popular in Japan to have great technology, but also have it minimal and not in your face all the time or over the top. You're not going to see robots walking around the hotel or anything, but we wanted to give the guests the best technology on the televisions. They can use their mobile phones, for example, to turn the TV on and turn the volume up and down and order food and communicate with the guests, with the staff. So we wanted to bring that technology to the hotel, but still live up to the traditions of Japanese luxury. Just clean lines, nothing too overabundant, just to have something that's quite serene and calming.
And we're in the malt bar at the moment, and obviously focus on Japanese whiskies in here, but tell us about the food and beverage in the hotel.
Okay, so in the hotel we have two outlets. They are destination outlets as such. The restaurant's called Toki. It is a Japanese fusion restaurant. We like to call it fine fusion. We do have a chef that has been trained by the Japanese chefs that came over and trained the chefs on certain things like how to hold the knife, for example, because our chef has come from Claridge's and Savoy and those places and has been working for forever. And the Japanese said, no, this is how you hold a knife. So it's small things like that. And then we have a sushi bar in the restaurant as well. We have a rabata grill, which is your Japanese barbecue. And then we also have a tempura station in the restaurant. So that outlet, F&B, or the F&B outlet there that we have, Toki, has its own website, it has its own database, its own following. So we don't necessarily have guests that stay in the hotel that go and dine in the restaurant as such. We also have external clients just come to the restaurant because it's a destination restaurant. So we cater to both worlds. And then you move on to the malt lounge. And in the malt lounge, it's a concept of two, as the Japanese talk about fusuma panels, which opens and closes doors to give you a new look and feel. We have achieved the same thing here in the malt lounge. So during the day, it's a tea lounge where you'll come and have your afternoon tea, but it's a Japanese afternoon tea. where you'll have some sushi on your afternoon tea, but you'll have your quintessential, your scones and jam and cream and those kind of things. And then in the afternoons, it transforms into a bar. And we have some of the most rare whiskies and a private cabinet behind you that opens up, and in the private cabinet we have over 16 bottles, and you can go and purchase a bottle, and you have a key, and we put your initials on the door, and then every time you come to London, you can just open your private cabinet, have a drink from your whiskey bottle, and put it back in. Some of those whiskey bottles are quite rare, and they go upwards of £18,000 per bottle. And unfortunately, we don't offer it by the shot. You have to buy the bottle.
It's quite an exciting thing to do that in terms of food and beverage. It's a very much a restaurant town, London, and great pubs and great restaurants and great bars everywhere. So putting something in for locals as well as tourists is actually a fun concept at the same time.
It is, because what we're doing with the menu is we're not just focusing on the Japanese food. We always have to have our locals are not always going to be interested in eating sushi. So the chef is very clever in how he curates his menu. For example, you'll see a lamb shank on the menu, but it will be with a yuzu butter. So you'll have a Japanese influence on the menu, but it's not in your face, quintessentially Japanese food. And I think that keeps it exciting. And then we also have sushi masterclasses that are quite popular. And it's now mid-September, early September, when we fully booked for the rest of the year on the sushi masterclasses. So that's going quite well. And then we also create omakase menus, where it's a chef's tasting, like what Blumenthal does with his fat duck. So we always try and reinvent ourselves with giving something new and exciting to the locals, to our guests, and to the community.
Wonderful. And what are some of your favourite things to do in the area apart from having dinner here in the restaurant?
You know, I actually spend more time in the Malt Lounge than I do in the restaurant. Trying out new cocktails and things like that. Our team have created a lab, so to speak, where you are creating your own fusions and things like that, so that's why I spend a lot of time here. But outside the hotel, I've been in this area now for about 5 years, and it never ceases to amaze me. I just walk the streets, and 2 roads up, there's a blue plaque on the wall, and it's the former house of John Lennon. So you discover certain things in this area, and the Marylebone Association works quite well with this area as well, and we work with them closely. I like to get lost in the streets of London. Now there's a place called St. Christopher's Place, which is on Oxford Street. It's a small alleyway with one tiny little signboard that says St. Christopher's Place this way. And you can walk past it quite easily. It's a small alleyway. As soon as you go into that alleyway, and there's restaurants and boutique shops and things like that, and it springs up and it opens up to you. And it's basically you just walking into the small alley and you experience these things. And that's just down the road from the hotel. And other things that excite me about this area, when we have our summer festivals, you can stand on the doorstep of the hotel, like we did this summer, and you can hear Adele doing her sound check at Hyde Park, which is playing there. So there's always something that's happening in this area. It's a residential, affluent area, but we are so close to all the major attractions, and I just love getting lost in these side little streets. And we always tell our guests, get lost in the street, you'll find your way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you.